Well, I haven't heard you saying nagging. I was like, whoa, I haven't heard that since I was like young. And that one book came out, like how to pick the pickup
The
artist book or
pickup
whatever. Yeah,
artist.
which I read.
Yeah.
I was like 19 when I was given that book by dudes that were like 28, and I
Yeah.
read part of it. Like this is the dumbest shit I've ever read in
We've
my
all
life.
caught on. We've
Yeah,
all
we
caught
have.
on. We know what you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
I think the last time a guy tried this was like, "You're really pretty for a tall girl." And I was like, "I know what you're doing
Fuck
here. Like,
off. Yeah.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
don't just say you're really pretty, or like, then end it there.
Yeah.
It's
What,
okay."
what did you think? What did you think in your interview that you did the other day when the guy said you were like a 6, but then he said you'd be a 10 if you were his?
You know what? I actually didn't think anything of it because so what he said to me was like, "You're like a little sister." And I was like, "Oh my God, he definitely doesn't see me like that." Maybe because I was taller than him. Maybe because I was kind of like goofing around with him before we started. I was like kind of being goofy. So maybe he was like legitimate. I was a 6.3. But then I kind of stepped up the sexiness throughout the conversation.
Yeah.
And I think his man brain was like,
Click. Yeah.
like sister, lover,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a funny video.
Yeah, it was good. He was
But
good.
I think when it comes down to it, it's like everybody kind of wants the same thing, men and women. We all want someone that's confident, someone that smiles, someone that's funny, someone that makes you feel comfortable being yourself.
Yeah.
And that's all, like, it's so simple. And like you said, like the confidence of that one dude being like, hey, I'm going to shoot my shot, ask you to get coffee. And you knowing that, like, he's not tripping if you say no.
And
like,
but he wants it, and he tells you he wants it, and
Yeah.
that's so sexy. But like, he's
Yeah.
also not needy or clingy or at least outwardly nervous.
And that's one of the biggest mistakes I think for men is that they make themselves seem too desperate, where like they're putting off the energy of like, if I don't get this, like I don't know when my next opportunity with someone of this, like, who's this pretty or whatever it might be. And that's like when I see that, I'm like, bro, I'm like,
you're
that's
putting
not the
women on a
mindset.
pedestal, right? And I want to be worshipped, right? Like, I mean, I know that I'm submissive, but like the idea that someone out there is like, oh, she's the best thing ever, but that crossing over into desperation when you don't know me as a person is really off-putting, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's I have a lot of empathy for men because as a woman, I don't get rejected as much as men do. Like,
hard,
and
yeah.
like men are just rejected all the time. But I think in like that's something that builds strength. Being okay with being rejected many, many times and still going, that shows me that like this man has some strength. Like he's gonna keep going even though, and like, yeah, it's resilience.
Yeah, I had a conversation with two girls, and they were talking about trying to go pick up men, and they were scared shitless. And I'm like, it is so easy for you, girls. Like they're super hot, and I'm like, you're gonna go up to any dude, and they're gonna be so stoked,
But
you
you
know?
don't know that until you get, I mean, it took me until my late 30s to be like, man, if I had this confidence in my 20s, I could have taken over the world instead of being like, I hope this guy likes me, but you just don't have that confidence probably because you're not forced to.
Exactly, you're not doing
and,
it.
And actually have to go do it. But
You have to build it up. It's tough.
Yeah, now it's easy.
But that also comes into like now as I'm starting to date again, one of the main things that I do when I'm with a man, even like in a man's presence, is I actually check into myself. Like, how do I physically feel with him? Is my heart like beating out of his chest or am I calm? And like the old me, like if my heart is beating, I'm like, oh my God, excitement, this is great. But now I actually want to feel calm. Now I'm like, I don't want to feel anxiety when I'm with someone. If I feel calm with you, I'm like, you're the man. Like your presence is making me feel calm and good and safe right now. Like this is good. So it's a different perspective to look at things as well.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Make them feel calm, be confident, feel good, and thank the
Delts.
yeah, and get some delts.
And a nice ass.
Delts and a nice booty, baby. So hit those delt raises, and hit all the shoulder exercises, hit the squat rack. What else? What other exercises? Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you, the both of you, for doing the interview, and we'll do it again sometime. Yeah.
It's fun.
All right. So let them know where they can find you guys.
You can follow me on Instagram, just being Charli. And
My OnlyFans is the Sophia Locke, and then you can find my Twitter and Instagram with _Sophia Locke _.
Give them a follow, like, subscribe, all the fun YouTube stuff. Thank you for watching. See you guys in another video.
bye.